Okay, I think that may have done it. Hello to all who are catching the replay. Sorry about that. I was muted and was not understanding why. So just say hello to you. I hope that all is well after this massive storm that has just hit the Gulf Coast. Let me know if you can hear me okay. If you are here already, hi. Hello. Hi, Andel, the early bird today. And you are the early bird all the time. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Let me know that you can hear me okay. Hi. Um, Let me get on as well so I can catch the comments that I'm not able to catch on this screen and see everybody. hmm Hope everybody is doing well today. Oops, turn it down, girl. Hi, can you guys hear me? I can see myself, so I'm thinking that you can see me. Okay. Hello. Hi, Willie Dora. How are you, beautiful? So good to see you. Yes, Anne is such a wonderful supporter and an integral part of our community. She really is. Rachelle Brampton Gardner, hello. How are you? So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Sweet Spot, hey, love. How are you? Sweet Spot, I have not forgotten to text you. I have not forgotten, I promise. I've just been so crazy busy, but I got you. Hey, Tracy Jones from PA. How you doing? So great to see you. All right, hear me and see me well. Maccabee OG, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. Y'all know what to do. That's a newbie. That's a newbie here with the G Tribe. Y'all know what to do. Hey, Steve Thomas, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Auntie Ellen, hello, beautiful lady. How are you? So good to see you. Hey, pretty lady, Pit Stop Kitchen and Garden. How you doing? Hey, hey, groovy lady, Stinky Butter Ranch. How you doing? All is well. I am actually plugged in to. It's raining here. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is still raining. We're still getting, um, I guess, some of the bands of rain. It has been raining a lot. It's been raining a lot here. So Um, hey, BrokeFarmer, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Hey, Jay Weezy, how you doing today? So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, it's been good. Oh, you in Tally too? Okay, okay, great. Let me see you. Do I know you? I don't think I know you, but what's up, buddy? Yeah, it's been raining. I was out earlier in the day and on certain sides of town, it's raining harder, you know. But yeah, it's been just raining, raining, raining. We're supposed to get 5 inches of rain tomorrow here in NYC area. I'm praying for you guys. Praying for you all. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot. A lot has been happening. And I was just thinking, I had a lot of errands to run earlier in the day today. And so I was just thinking, like the way that we sometimes take for granted um, our freedoms, the things that we are able to just go and do at any whim. And, I was thinking back to the hurricane coming through, and, we have hurricanes. Um, Fortunately, Tallahassee has been really, really fortunate to not have, at least over the last like 2020, yeah, it was some crazy stuff happening, but we didn't get really like hit for real with a real hurricane like what happened just yesterday. And so I was just thinking about the way that we really take that for granted. And um, we we oftentimes go into giving to a lot of large charities and all of this stuff, and then sometimes the the stuff just gets missing, the money just gets missing. And I was thinking, if we could as individuals do more for people, we're still working as a collective, but if we could individually do more for people, especially people who are right in your area. If you're in an area that didn't get hit, think about maybe taking some resources, taking some survival items to those areas, once this type of stuff happened, because everybody, seriously, Tallahassee has one of the poorest zip codes in the entire state. Okay. This is the capital city of Florida. And we have one of the poorest zip codes right here in Tallahassee in the entire state of Florida. Okay. And so when you consider things like that, it makes you think. It makes you think very deeply about what you can do as an individual to help people out. And, one of the things I think I'm going to say that it's frustrating to me is that a lot of times we love to give to popular people. We love to, pour our money into popular people as if they're willing to do anything back for you, for any of us. And I don't get it. Like, I don't fully understand, if somebody else understands, like, help me to understand why there are so many people who actually need help but can't get it from anybody, because the the seemingly small people who try to grow, who try to come up, who try to do anything with themselves and their life, it's like help is nowhere to be found. I hear some people talking about help me get to my 1,000 on YouTube. Run my playlist to help me knock some of these hours down on YouTube. And for people to have to continuously ask, hey, run my playlist, hey, run my playlist, hey, run my playlist. I know this is not going to be a popular topic, but I don't care. This is my platform. This is what I got to say. I'm going to say it. But it's so irritating to me as an individual to watch, people be willing to pour everything into people who are already making money, people who are already, have large businesses. But to see somebody with a small business, they're not popping yet. So I'm not fixing to touch that. No, I'm not fixing to be a part of helping you grow so that you can actually, get past this 1,000, get past this 4,000 hours. But to the people that are popping, like, oh yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there. I'm totally in there. And guess what? I'm going to throw these coins all over them as if they're going to do something for you. And guess what? Sometimes they might surprise you. But We miss so many gifts. We miss so many blessings. We miss so many messages. Message, BrokeFarmer. We miss so many messages because we want to skip over the little people. We want to skip over the people that are trying, that are putting in effort, that are doing their best, that are taking their time, taking their energy to try to do something that is positive. We don't want that. We don't want to support that. We don't want to support those people. We want the people that are popping. We want to be in the house. And I think for the most part, a lot of people are just followers in a sense. I said it. A lot of people are just followers in a sense. And so it hurts to help those small people who might have just reached their 100 or just reached their 300 or just reached their 500 or who are at 800 and just needs that little boost to get them over. We are the same way when it comes to homeless. We are the same way when it comes to the working class family who needs some help, who just needs a little extra help. And typically the only time we see anybody, Farmer Q, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Welcome to the G Tribe. Give Farmer Q a hand. Welcome to the G Tribe. We appreciate you. And I cannot wait to send you that link on Instagram. You better ask Andel what's going on in that IG chat. I cannot wait. I appreciate you being here. And let me just tell you, we are the same when it comes to people that may be single parents, and we often have the idea, and I'm not even saying that I didn't have the same idea in the past. I'm just saying I have observed some things, and I talk a lot, but guess what? I listen a lot too. And I pay attention a lot too. And I watch a lot too. And I run like my whole life cycle, it runs off of energy. And so I can feel it even through this vessel right here. I can just feel it. I was born like that. I was made like that. I have a child who is the same way. And so for us, we are like just looking for ways that we can help people. And that's one of the things that make me so excited about giving away seeds. And y'all, I'm late. Don't judge me. Yeah, I'm late. Pam, Container Crops, Miss Pam, and one other person, I was supposed to send some Georgia collards. I cannot remember who that second person was, but it excites me. So tell me who that was. It excites me so much to give away seeds to people, because can you imagine if right now you were able to drive to a city or pop some things in the mail for some people who have just lost everything to a storm like this? Can you imagine what that will do for those people's families and for their future? Can you just imagine? So I wanted to say today, I went all around the world just to say, please consider, helping some of the little people too. Please consider helping some of the people who may have fallen from grace. Please consider doing something for someone who can never do anything back for you. Consider that, because some of us are so blessed. Some of us are so extremely blessed to the point where we just throw away money. We just throw it away. We don't ever have to worry about where our next meal is going to come from. But can you imagine if you sowed into somebody's life, if you sowed into somebody's life some seeds that can help their family eat for the next 3 growing seasons, even if it's just a dime, whatever. Can you imagine if you just sowed into some of those people and you help their family eat for 9 months? On average, it's going to take 60 days or less to grow some food, right? Some things even faster. Can you imagine if you sent somebody some microgreen seeds? Literally, you have somebody eating food, nutritional food that can help their family literally within 2 weeks. I've grown microgreens before. I absolutely love them. There's a young farmer here in the next city over who grows all types of stuff. But one of the things that he would go to the market with was his microgreens. And he would have microgreens that taste like broccoli. He would have microgreens that taste like peanuts, like peas, just a big variety of microgreens. And you can grow these things, or you can gift these things. Thank you, Brampton Gardner. Thank you, sending seeds in from Canada. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. To me, that's love. Like, that's real love to me. And so that's why I love to do it. That's why I love to push out those seeds, because Quincy Maccabee, Quincy. Yeah, he's over in Quincy. So when you do that and you're helping people's families eat, you're helping people have something, not just, the cheap, whatever that is, lab made stuff, but food that is like life-giving, living food. You're helping people to do that. You're helping people to do that. Can you imagine what that does for somebody's family? Every time somebody sends me some seeds, I know who it is. Growing with Jeff. Grow something. Grow something with Jeff. Just sent me some of his super unique tomato seeds. And I don't have them here because I got a bunch. I moved out a bunch of stuff out of here, and they're in, packed away with the rest of my seeds. But he sent me some of his seeds. He did a video and I heard him. I was like, wow, that's interesting. And then I make it to the end of the video and he was like, if you want some of these seeds, let me know. I'm gonna send them to 5 people. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm too late. But I typed in that message anyway and was like, hey, Jeff, if you have some more, I would love some. And then Jeff was like, I have one more. He literally said he had one more packet and he sent them to me. I remember that. And there are people who, I've sent stuff to and I forgot about it. It's like, I can forget that. Because it's just straight from the heart. So I can forget that. But when somebody sends me something, I remember that. I remember who sent me what seeds. So everything Pit Stop Kitchen Garden sent me, I remember, Hey, Juicy with Jay. What's up, Callie, bro? How you doing? Hello, Love Notes. How are you doing today? Hey, Growing with Hudson. How you doing, my friend? So great to have you. Georgia Life. I'm just this thing is jumping all over the place. I'm trying to see Georgia Life. Hi, hello, and welcome. You guys know what to do. Welcome, Georgia Life. This is her first time. I'm just assuming that you are a woman just because I'm looking at. Oh, I thought that was a silhouette of a woman on your, but that's a cute little doggy in a Christmas sweater. It's so cute. Georgia Life said that is beautiful and brings the giver so much joy. It does. It really does. And you know, just to be able to help people in that way, I can have people coming back and saying, um, sending pictures saying, "Hey, look at this," and I'm like, where did that come from? Like, that is so pretty. That looks like what I got growing out in my yard. And they're like, yeah, because, I got this from you last year or the year prior or whatever. I can't wait to start giving food away. I planted extra beans. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If I had to plant beans again, literally, it would be to give away to people. I don't plan to because guess what? Last year, we had one of those gray tubs that we plant our big trees in, had one of those jam full with citrus, tangerines, lemons, grapefruit, pomelo. No, we had got all the pomelos, but literally the citrus fruits, the smaller citrus fruits, we had so much that we had like this big tub. We had a big clothes basket and something else jammed full of fruit. And to be able to go around to different people homes and send some to work with my husband and all of that stuff, to be able to do that, it was it felt good. It really felt good. And even before I stopped working in 2018, was it 2018? It was 2018. I would take citrus to my job. And there was another lady, she passed away, but she would bring, those big boxes. I can't even tell you how big that box was, but it was huge. It was big enough to almost fill up a 6-foot table that was in our office. She would bring kumquats, and she would tell us her mom and her dad has this kumquat tree that is just going crazy. And she would bring all of that kumquat. She said, she's like, they just don't want any more kumquats because they have so many. And so she would bring that and she would bless the entire office with all of these kumquats. And there wasn't even enough of us in there to even eat them all. So she would still have to send them over to the building across the way. Like, it made people feel so loved. There's just something about feeding people. My mom is one of those people where she just wants to feed you because she can cook. She can really cook, and she has all her life. And so she loves to feed people. She was telling me that her yard man, kind of got overwhelmed and he could not come and cut her yard. And so one of the neighbors offered to send their uncle over there to cut the yard for her. And obviously, she let him come and cut the yard. And she said, he was an old man. She said, but, he looked pretty strong. And he got out there, he cut the yard. He was pushing, okay, this yard. He was pushing the yard. That's so, that's so sweet. Some of your seeds you sent me, I planted about a week ago, have sprouted. Pretty and sweet peppers. Go. Love those. Love it. Love it. I love that. I absolutely love that. But the man was out and he was pushing my mom's yard. And she said, she had cooked dinner. And when he bring you can plate of food. And he was so taken back something to eat out, but that's her love language. You know, she's going to take care of people by feeding them. That is what she does. And so she was like, you know, it was nothing. It was nothing to me. But I'm like, but it was the world to him. And she said, and he took his plate. She literally goes to the big club where you can buy all the massive stuff in bulk, and buys the carry out plates. So she keeps them at her house, literally just so she could feed other people. So yeah. Yeah. So that is a blessing in growing your own. God will supply enough for you and others in need. Who doesn't need fresh organic fruit and vegetable? Great works. Thank you. Thank you. Is that Marley? Does it say Marley? I think it says Marley or Marie. It's the eyes, honey. It's the eyes. It's the eyes. I want to say it's Marie, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Cherie. Hello. How you doing, love? How are you? My mom is like that, loves feeding people. Yeah, you know, just the biggest hearts you ever want to run into. They are just love. So, you know, I love being able to especially give people fresh fruit and vegetables. It means everything. Um, to be able to give people that type of stuff, because in most cases, especially when you're in the poorer areas, people don't get that. They don't get that. I was subbing at a school when my daughter was little, and she was like, she had this friend who was in a class with her, and so I came into the class and I was sitting over, and I had cut up some grapefruit because I love grapefruit. And she was looking at me. Her little friend was looking at me because she was staying like for some extra help or something. And, you know, I was like, you want some? And she was like, I think. And I said, well, this is grapefruit. You know, have you had grapefruit before? And she was like, no, I haven't. I haven't had grapefruit before. And so I was like, you know, I felt some type of way about it because I was like, you know, you have to be careful when you're dealing with people kids, because you don't know, you know, if people kids have allergies or whatever. But I let her taste it a little piece, and then I was like, what do you think? So I waited for a minute, and she was like, really good. I like it. So to be able to have those types of experiences, to introduce children to fresh fruit and vegetables, you know, I was stoked. We had bullets. We call them bullets. What do y'all call them? Um, Scuppernogs. We don't call them that. We call them bullets. That's what, you know, we always called them from back in the days. That's what I still call them to this day. Um, every day I cook, I make enough to give away. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Auntie Ellen. That's how we need to do more using our lives in that type of way, you know, and making sure that people around us are okay too. Like, y'all know, I don't really like neighbors, but if them neighbors come over and say, like, you know, our neighbors don't need for nothing, but if they were to come over and just say, you know, can I have? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, Eco is that person too. You know, he's gonna give the fruit. He saw the neighbor kind of staring over at our fruit tree because they don't have I think they only have like one citrus tree, and I'm not sure what it is, but he saw the guy kind of looking over, and he was like, hey, you want some lemons? And he was like, yeah. And he gave him like 2 bags of lemons because we had so many lemons. I still have lemons, lemon juice from the lemons from last year in my deep freezer. Like, we just so blessed. And so consider somebody else. But I wanted to ask you guys, before I get out of here, I wanted to ask you guys, what give us, okay, it can be between 10 and 20 items. Give us some items that we can get from the Dollar Tree that may help people. Oh yeah, bullets. Okay, okay, great. Yeah, we call them bullets. But between 10 and 20 items that can help people to be able to make it through some bad situations. Like, I know a lot of people were not ready. They just weren't ready for all of the wind, all of the water. People just were not ready. Hey, Go Coast Granny, how are you doing? I have a neighbor. Wait a minute, hold on, just a second. Last year, the long guy and his kids had plates to go for Thanksgiving and Christmas. This year, local meat to let them teenagers grill steaks. You changed their life. I'm telling you, Love Notes, you changed their life with that, with allowing those teenagers to do that, to have that. Um, I have a neighbor on disability. I bring all of my extra eggs from the chickens. It makes my heart happy to share them. So it feels selfish. And you know what? I had to get over that too, Granny, with saying, wow, I'm not supposed to feel so good doing this. But guess what? Yes, you are. You are supposed to feel good about doing it, because guess what? When you do feel good doing that, when you feel good doing that, guess what it's going to make you do? It's going to make you do more and more and more for people. That's what it does. So I understand what you're saying, and I had to get over that as well. Me and Eco actually had a conversation about that. Like, that is really selfish to feel good about giving to people. But I don't care how selfish it is. It makes you want to do more. It makes you want to help people more and more and more. Okay, so gauze, pain patches, ointment, alcohol swabs. Her Healthy Home. Hey, how you doing? I'm so glad to see you today. Thank you so much for that. All right, so who was that? I saw you. Brampton Gardner, toilet papers, pads. Whew. Yes, diapers, wipes, formulas, batteries, canned food, and water. This stuff, guys, we can go to the Dollar Tree. We can go to the Dollar Tree, you can go to Dollar General to get this stuff. Dollar Tree, my Dollar Tree, I don't know about y'all Dollar Trees, but my Dollar Tree has like a freezer section, and the Dollar Tree that's further away from me has an even bigger freezing section. So there are freezer sections. So there are lots of things there now that have not been there in the past. In the past, they have not been there. You can get flavored waters. Okay. Yep. Canned foods. When I tell you there is so much that we can do for people. My Dollar Tree sells eggs, shampoo, soap, toothbrushes, toothpaste. Those things, like, people look at, I'm glad you said that, bro. Because let me tell you some of the ridiculousness that I recently heard. People saying in a SHTF situation that you need to let that go. You need to stop worrying about keeping yourself clean. You need to let that kind of stuff go. And let me tell you, this is why, sorry, about to knock the thing over. This is why so many diseases get spread rampantly. And like in the past, do your history, wiping out populations because of filth, because of dirtiness, because of disease that was not properly handled, taken care of. We talking about things at the Dollar Tree that can literally prevent an infection on your body, can prevent cuts from getting infected. Okay? So Let's not even go to like that crazy level like that. That makes absolutely no sense. That makes no sense at all. You have got to maintain your body in order to keep yourself healthy. It's not only that inside thing. You got to make sure that you take care of that, because we're gonna we're gonna have some times like some things are gonna happen. But I'm telling you, don't fall for that. Like, it's popular and all of this. Don't fall for that stuff. Take care of yourself. Hey, Grandpa, how you doing? Urban Grandpa Prepper. So good to have you. I appreciate you being here. Um, say it. Say it. Growing with Hudson. It will get you sick. Bad hygiene will get you sick. Things that Play-Doh are worth its weight in gold for toddlers. Arts and crafts. I mean, there's so much stuff. Yes, keep your mind at ease. That one of the things that we have around here is games, like board games, because we wanted to get our kids off of just electronic everything. So one of the things that we have around, we have those board games around, those socks and those t-shirts. Like, it is so important to make sure that you take care of your feet, particularly if you have diabetes. I am not a medical nothing, okay? I just read. And I have family members who have experienced this stuff. If you have diabetes and you don't take care of your feet, do you understand that that could be amputation? You have to, like, this stuff is not, this ain't for cuteness. This stuff is for real, sometimes life and death type of situations if you don't take care of your hygiene. Stinky Puddle Ranch said soap, bottled water, canned food, vegetables and meat, books for reading, coloring, toys for the kids, socks, first aid, hats, diapers, flashlight, and extra batteries, pet food, etc. Yes, you can get all of this stuff, everything mentioned right there at the Dollar Tree. And I have a small Dollar Tree that's near me. So you can get all of this stuff that she mentioned right there at the Dollar Tree. And we can also use this stuff to give to other people. So we don't have to break the bank to help people. We don't have to. I was in the Dollar Tree just, I don't know, maybe about a month ago. And there was this guy in there, and he was basically looking through his coins in his hand. He was looking through his coins. Dollar stores have steaks. Wow. I know they had those $2. Mine have the dollar pizzas. But this man, obviously, you know, he was on the street, but he was looking through, he was counting through his coins. And this particular day, it was raining. And when storms blow in, you know, it doesn't even have to be like a huge storm, but when they blow in here in Florida, like sometimes it happens fast and it can be aggressive. So when I noticed that, you know, this storm was coming, like it was coming fast, and I was like, oh Lord, let me get out of here. But this gentleman was in there, and I can't even remember how the conversation started between him and I, but we got into a conversation, and he said, yeah, I'm just trying to get something to eat. And I was like, you're trying to get something to eat? Like, you know, what you want to eat? And so he was like, sometimes the chocolate can help you go further. And I was like, okay, I can understand that. You know, you need that energy boost. And so he only had enough money to scrape up literally to buy the dollar chocolate that he was about to buy. And I said, well, is there something else in here that you want to eat? And he was like, yeah. And I said, well, go get it. And he was like, wait, how much do I have to spend? And I told him, I said, just get what you want, get what you want. And so he went back there, and then he came back and he put his stuff, and he was like, oh my gosh, ma'am, thank you so much. And then he was like, I just thought of one more thing. And I was like, go get it, grab what you can grab, because like she's ringing my stuff up. So go ahead and grab what you can grab and throw it on the belt. And so he did. He went and he grabbed what he can grab and he threw it on the belt. And I'm like, ball out. Like, we in the Dollar Tree, like do what you can do. And so he had left his bag sitting outside the door. And so I told her, bag his stuff separately, and then I let him go on out the door. And the cashier was like, hey, cool, whatever. And so he loaded up his stuff in his backpack that he had, and he went on about his day. And so would it kill us? Would it kill us to do that? Would it kill us? Would it break us? It's not going to break your bank to let somebody in the Dollar Tree go and grab some stuff that could possibly take them through another few days. Okay? Yes, it was. Yes, Repton Gardner, you telling our age. You telling our age, girl. Listen. Man, that was one of my favorite shows. Giving really is a reaping thing. I get so much more than I could ever give. You know what? And you're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. So, it was just, I didn't even think about it too much. And matter of fact, just having this conversation just made me like replay it in my mind. So that alone tells you it was not going to hurt me to let that man grab him some Vienna sausages, some whatever type of meat that they have in there, and not just a bar of chocolate to try to live off of for today. It's not going to kill us. It's not going to break us. It's not going to do any of that stuff to us that is going to put us in a situation where we can't take care of home. It's not going to do that. So one by one, one channel at a time, one person at a time, give something to people. Guess what? There's some people out there right now that need some flashlights, and they may be in your own neighborhood. When Texas had, the polar vortex, freaking polar vortex came through, and people were not ready for that. K Will, thank you. Hi and welcome. Hey, baby. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, guys. Welcome, K Will. I appreciate that. So just making sure that we are taking care of each other, because in the grand scheme of things, we are in this together as people. And I know, I'm going to say, I can see right now, it says 41 people in this live chat. And I guarantee you that all 41 people in this live chat, there are probably none of us that are rich. So I say that to say there are more of us than there are the rich people. And guess what? That means that together we can make a serious impact just by taking us non-rich people and working together. Working with those people who are like you, who may not have enough to take care of another family, but guess what? They can do something. You can do something. You can do $5. You can do $3. There's never there is never a person, I don't think there's going to be a person that if you walk up to them, even if they have money, you walk up to that person and you hand them a dollar bill, do you think they're going to turn it down? So don't ever feel like what you're doing is not enough. Don't ever feel like what you have to give is not enough, because $1 from Gigi, $1 from Pix, $1 from Roots to a Garden, $1 from Brampton, $1 from K Will, $1 from Groy Hudson, $1 from Auntie Ellen, and you giving to people, you sewing into people, all of that stuff is going to add up. It is going to really add up to be able to help people for real. Hey, Sunday Backyard Farmer, how are you doing? And hey, Veggie Farm. Hey, AJ, how are you doing? Welcome. So good to see you. That's G-Tribe. So glad to see you today. So all of us, if all of us just do our part, we won't have half of the issues that we have. We have to work together in the grand scheme of the things. We have to work together anyway. Because even if, you're just out for self in the beginning, in the hard times to come, even if in the beginning you're just out for self, you don't really want to deal with anybody else. At some point, you're going to need somebody else in your life to help you to protect your kids, to help you to protect your wives, to help you to find food, to combine your skill of growing, of building, of, cleaning, whatever. All of us can contribute something. And all of us at some point are going to have to. You better say that. Hold on. You better say that, Marie Smith. You better say that. We're rich in skill, wealthy, and quality of life. We all need each other. We've got to have each other. So all of that, crazy stuff that we get caught up in, there are literally some of the most loving people that I have ever met without meeting them. They're right here. Yeah, they're right here. They're right here in my little community. They're right there in your community, online community. People they just love you just because this is who we are. When you growing something, you love life anyway, because, we love to see things grow. How many people get just super excited just to see a seed start to sprout? BrokeFarmer, I saw you. And I was talking. I was in the middle of saying something that I didn't want to forget. Garden State Gardener, thank you so much and welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you so much. Welcome. I appreciate that so much. And I'm telling you, I saw you, BrokeFarmer. I saw you say that the purple kohlrabi was sprouting. And congratulations. I'm following you, man. I'm following you. I'm going to be looking to you to try to figure out how to get this thing all the way to where it needs to be. But yes, Willie Dora, yes. It adds up. Two are better than one. We can do more. All of us together can make a great impact. Don't ever think that what you're doing is not enough, because I promise you, when you do something, and especially if somebody else sees you do something else, guess what? They're going to want to help as well. It's like a car in front of me. There are in this area, we have a lot of panhandlers. Thank you, Root Store Garden. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so when you are in an area, we have a lot of panhandlers in this area. Um, and we kind of get to know them because like they work the areas. All right. And typically what I see is when one person stops in order to give somebody who is on the street 50 cents, a dollar, $2, whatever, that next person behind them want to return it. And people, guess what? Now, this right here is crazy to me. People do it in the Starbucks line all the time. In the Starbucks line all the time. So if we are fortunate enough, thank you, AJ, my brother, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you more than you know. Yes, yes. Umoja. Yes. Pass it on. Pass it on. Pass that on. Pass on doing great. Pass on doing something good for somebody else. In particular, somebody who can't do anything back for you. Bessie at Journey. Hey, my friend. How you doing? Welcome. I came in, hit the like button. Best yet, did you sign up? I didn't see you. See, I miss stuff on this thing sometimes. I try my best not to, but welcome to the G Tribe. Welcome, Best Yet Journey. Thank you. Hit that like button. But when you're giving to people, if people can do this at Starbucks, do you know how expensive Starbucks can be? I know it. I don't even drink coffee like that, but I found this tea. I always give to the old man by the Macomb and Tennessee Light. You know, and in that area, like people, well, the way the area used to be, but some of those people are still there in that area. A lot of the homeless population, they hadn't transitioned yet. So they hadn't gone over to the other areas where it's almost like they shuttle our homeless population into one area. Yeah. It's like they shuttle them into one area. And so it was just on me today. It was on me today. Me and Lil Gigi were out earlier today. And so we just have the best conversations. I don't know how many of you like are moms and have like teenage kids, but me and these girls, like we have the best conversations, but Lil Gigi, she is like something else. And we have these wonderful conversations. And so she was always the one. She was the one. I think I was telling you guys about the way that Lil Gigi was taking food to school. She was taking food to school to a little girl. Now, mind you, this was not in the poor areas of town. When we moved to somewhere we want our children in the quote best schools in town. And so that's where we tend to go, as particularly when they were little. We made sure that we were going to put them in the best areas that we could get. Tracy Jones from PA, is that you, girl? Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Tracy. Thank you so much. But Lil Gigi, y'all remember Lil Gigi with that mouth. She got a mouth like her mama. But Lil Gigi was taking food to a little girl who was at school, and I was like, wow, these kids can eat. But I didn't realize, because I knew like how much food we needed to go from one week to another. Because at the time I was a stay-at-home mom still, and I just knew that some food was like missing. You know, I know as they get older, they eat a little bit more, but it was just some extra food that was just missing, like some snacks that were missing. And I, went in one morning and I saw Lil Gigi had two lunch bags. And I said, why do you have two lunches, baby? And she said, oh, I was taking lunch to my friend. She was probably in second grade, maybe first or second grade, something like that. And she said, I was taking lunch to my friend. And I was like, your friend doesn't have lunch? Like, we're not in the areas where kids aren't eating. But that is something to show you right there. Just assuming. Y'all, I be trying to do right on this thing. Stop assuming that people have what you have. Stop assuming it. Because sometimes those kids come from somewhere else. They may come from another area that's not as fortunate, or they may be there living with a grandparent who don't have it like that, but they just happen to live in that area too. And that's what was happening. I love you. Tell my fam hi. Hi.
Thank you for finding my thingies. I was upset.
You're welcome, baby. Have a good day. Be safe, okay? And text me when you get there, okay? Thank you. And so when so she was taking this lunch, and I was like, oh, enough said. Don't need to say anything else. And she had been feeding this little girl for weeks. Hey, Nikki Pooh, hey love, how are you doing? I didn't even see you in here. So good to see you, Nikki. I haven't forgot that you challenged me, Nikki. I'm going out there. I just been a little tied up. But I was so proud of my daughter. And I didn't believe in like putting that type of stuff on the internet like when I did it. But like when my daughter did that, I was like, oh yeah. And she was like, Mommy, what are you doing? All of these people. And I was like, you look at all of those people who are telling you, well done, baby, who are telling you to keep that up as you get older. Make sure that you share with your friends. Make sure you take care of your friends who can't do any better. But the little girl was just sitting there. She would just sit there and watch other people eat every day because she didn't have any food. And so she didn't want that. She wanted to make sure that she was taken care of too. She wanted to make sure that her friend was eating too. Years ago, I found out my daughter was splitting her lunch with a classmate. I started packing her a double lunch, and there you go. It's not going to kill us. It's not going to break the bank for us to feed somebody else. And a lot of us are even out here. Garden State Gardener, hugs to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. And have a great meeting. So it's not Right, Gulf Coast Granny, never lose that spirit of giving. And that's what I want for them. You know, I want to make sure that they understand. And let me tell you something about the young people too now. They watch and they pay attention. They really pay attention. And so even with, you know, some of the panhandlers around town, they're like, okay, that one was pretending like something was wrong. And then when the car started to drive away, then he straightened up his walk or whatever. And I'm like, well, you know, that doesn't mean necessarily that he's not in need. You have people out here on the street, and I love you back, Bess. Yet. Thank you. I appreciate you. But there are people out here on the street who may have mental issues. I know it because it's happened to some people who are close to me. I know people from high school who literally, there was this one guy who literally was supposed to be in the NBA, but something happened in between um, the early high school grades and the later high school grades that totally derailed him. That totally derailed him. So you don't ever know. And one of the nicest guys, he was so nice, but something happened that totally just derailed him, and then, you know, took his future in a different way. And so then, you know, when we would see him on the streets, we were just like, wow, there was so much. He had just a great future ahead of him, so much potential. Hey, Faster Family Fun, how are you doing? Welcome. So glad that you're here. Thank you. I saw you pop up, I think, a video. I got to go and watch it when I get off of here, too. At my daughter's school, the teachers have a basket of food for kids if they don't have anything to eat: fruit, granola bars, crackers, and yogurt tubes and whatnot. Also, a free breakfast program. That is fantastic. That is so necessary. That is so necessary. I believe God blesses us to be a blessing to others. I know it. I know it, Nikki. I know it for sure, without a doubt. And so, yes, yes, love notes. Some people and a lot of people in America are a paycheck away from not having anything, not being able to even stay wherever they live, not being able to fix that window if a tree happens to fall because a storm is happening, not being able to fix that roof. I see tarps on homes in neighborhoods that are much nicer than this neighborhood that have had tarps on them since what was that hurricane came about 3 years back. I can't remember what that hurricane was, but it was about 3 years ago. I want to say, was it Michael? Something like that. And they still have tarps in these nice neighborhoods, still have tarps on their houses. So you just don't know what people are going through. You don't know what they're going through on the inside. You can see all of the greatness that you want. People put their best foot forward to get online to show. They're going to show you their best pictures. You know, they're going to, when they get on video, they're going to make sure that, listen, the makeup is popping. They're going to make sure that them lashes are long, that them brows are done, that, you know, he got on that latest pair of J's that he had to stand out there and wait for 3 hours for. They're going to give you the very best of them. And that's what we do. We give you the best of us. When you chose your picture for your profile, did you just choose any old picture, or did you see this one picture and be like, oh, that's her, that's him, that's the one, that's what I got to put up there. I can't just put anything out there. I got to make sure that I'm putting my best foot forward. That's just what we do. That's who we are. So, GT Junior, hello, my friend over in Alaska. How are you doing? Welcome. Hi, Nino and Lo. Welcome. So good to see you guys. Yes, yes, Nikki. The lashes got to be long. Them lashes got to be long, Nikki. Yes, they got to be long. But we can do so much. Is my whole point. My whole point is we can do so much. Um, just the fact that I'm sitting here now, I have a light over here that's plugged in to my solar power thingy. I went ahead because it was raining when I first started this live. It's been kind of raining all day and it's still really overcast. I went ahead and plugged my internet box into another one, solar power, so that if the lights went out while we were doing the live, guess what? We can keep right on talking. We can keep right on talking, you know? So did I mess it up? I messed it up talking about the lashes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Brampton. I took it there. I didn't mean it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's some interesting ones. Thank you, Andel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to take it there. I was just trying to state to get my point across. Thank you. You need you some lashes, Miss Oh. I love y'all so much. Y'all just don't even know how y'all really do it for me. So before we go, what can you do? What can you do for somebody, or have you thought of somebody during this live that you may be able to do a thing for, that you may be able to do something simple for? Can you think of something? Like, use your gift. Like, you know how we have gifts? I have that gift of inspiration, like making people feel better about their situations. Like, that's what my phone rings for. My phone rings for people who, you know, I'm going through something. I can't see my way out of it. And guess what? Sometimes I don't have the answers to be able to tell somebody how to come out of a situation, a particular situation. But guess what I can do? I can encourage them that, you know what? We all go through things. And I hadn't always lived here. I was thinking about one of my cousins. Can you tell I was canny? Get the gift of dance. Guess what? If it makes somebody smile, if it makes somebody forget, even for 30 minutes, make them forget about what was taking them down a road that could have led them to depression, then absolutely use that gift of dance. There's a young lady that used to go to church with us that she is a dancer. I had no idea that the young lady is a dancer, but I was scrolling the other day. I saw her come and like one of my posts on Instagram. And then I went and I was like, oh, I know this name. So sure enough, it was her. And I was scrolling through her timeline and I was like, wait a minute. And I scrolled back up to her profile and it was like dancer. chef. And I was like, I knew she was a chef, but I didn't know anything about this dancing. And I went and watched one of her videos, and the kid can really dance. And I was just sitting there just smiling. Hey, Miss Imani, how are you doing? It's so good to see you again today. Thank you so much for being here. And so I was just smiling, like watching this girl that I saw from maybe 5, 6 years old grow up into a young woman, a professional young woman working for herself as a private chef, and also working towards a goal of giving dance to the world, making the world feel good. So, whatever your gift is, take that and use that and share that with people. Share that with somebody. You don't even know how great you can make somebody feel just by your words. A smile at somebody. We have gotten so far away from the basics. I just want us to think. I want us to think about what we can do for someone who can't do anything back for you. See, then it has to be left right there. And you're going to have to wait on your blessing. If you're waiting on one, you're going to have to wait on that to come from somewhere else. And I promise you it will, whether you're waiting on it or not, especially when you're not waiting on it. It's going to come back to you anyway. So whatever your talent is, whatever your gift is, give it to somebody else. Share it with somebody else. If you can cook, share that with somebody else. Yeah. I'm going to go, I promise. So I remember back in 94, I remember it because I graduated from high school and my family was affected. I can remember I was in my very first apartment. I was living in the hood, okay? It wasn't, it wasn't the shoot 'em up kind of hood, but it was a hood, okay? I was paying $80 per month on rent. I had just graduated high school and I went from my mom's house directly to my apartment. And I had one bedroom. I had a stove that looked like it was from the 30s. Did they even make stoves in the 30s? But it looked like it was like one of the first stoves that was ever made. Okay. I'm just going to say it like that. Literally. And the refrigerator, it looked like, hey, Tasha, how you doing? Welcome, Tasha. Tasha Oshie Grows. Literally, this thing was block. It was all block. It was no insulation. There was the little heater, like the little knee-high space heater that you had to turn the gas knob. Eco said it was the hood. It was one of the little knee-high space heaters with the gas knob that you had to turn. You had to actually physically push the little knob, and then you had to have a lighter. Look, hopefully you had a long lighter so that you can light it in order to get heat. Okay, so that was my first apartment. I love that apartment. Oh, not to mention that the front window, like the front window pane, it was like maybe like 6 panes, right? And one of the windows was broken out of it. So there was a piece of cardboard paper that was tucked where the window pane was supposed to be. I thought it was perfect, right? So I thought it was absolutely perfect. Like, this part was the best. And y'all remember the sofas? Y'all know the sofas that everybody had like in the 70s. They were like the wood frame, and then they might have had some lions and tigers and plaid mixed in, all of that type of stuff. I had two of them. I had two of them. I had one on this wall, one on the opposite wall. um, I didn't have a TV or anything. I think Eco bought me the TV because we were dating at the time. And then what else? This thing was special. Like the windows, when it was cold, it was cold. When it was hot, when it was hot. But it was mine. And when I tell you, I was in heaven because I had my own space. My mom was not a tyrant or anything, but I wanted to do life on my terms. So I needed my apartment. It became available, and that's the only thing. The person before me, my sister was living there before me, and she was moving. She got married and was moving away. And it didn't still have the plastic on it. She took the plastic off. But, I was still like, okay, I can work with it. So she just left everything there for me because she was moving away with her husband. She didn't need none of that junk. So, but to me, it was everything. And so let me get back to my story. I'm so far off. So this hurricane here made me think about this story. And so I'm in my apartment. I'm hearing absolutely nothing. There was, yes, K Wheel the plaid. There was a storm that was happening. And I don't even remember it being like in the little town that I grew up in. I don't even remember it being like a tornado or anything coming through. But the rains came, and it ended up badly for my little town. And so 3 of the people who perished in that flood were my cousins, a father and his 2 little boys. And it still shakes me up just thinking about like all the stuff that happened surrounding that. I didn't know anything was going on. Eco came to my apartment that morning, and he was early. I wasn't accustomed to him like being there that early, like that. And so he came and woke me up and was like, you didn't, I guess y'all over here on this side didn't know anything. And I'm like, know anything about what? And so he started telling me that one of the jobs, one of the manufacturing plants out there, like was holding people, even though this bad storm was coming through. It was just raining. It was just like pouring rain. And so this job was holding people there and wouldn't let people go until like the middle of the night, like in the middle of the storm. Well, one person in particular was coming through trying to make it home. And when she got almost home, she ran into where the road had washed away. And they found her at least a mile down. Basically, it had turned into a river, and they found her down that way. And so, he was like, literally, they had been out looking for bodies and looking for survivors, trying to find people. So when something like this happens, it just makes you so much more grateful. Jersey Dolphins, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. But I think about situations like this, and I'm like, what can we say to a mother who has just lost her husband and her two boys? What can you say? Could you say anything, or could you just be there? Could you, like, there are some people who are the best huggers, and they give hugs to you that are simply healing. They give hugs that are healing. And I remember that's all I could do. I was 18 at the time. And the oldest, the cousin, the oldest boy, he was probably 16. And then the younger one, he may have been around 9 or 10, something like that. And so when I talked to my mom, so obviously, we're going and we're checking on our families and all of this, because, we young. And so we are out there, and we're just like, let's go and see if we can help somebody, see if we can find somebody. And so, he was telling me about some of the stuff that they had seen already. And it's not something that you ever want to see. You don't ever want to hear stories like the story. And I'm not even going to share all of them. Like, I'm just going to share just like that, because that is like really doing it anyway, just even remembering that. And that was back in 1994. But it affected my family. And it was a small town, so everybody knew, all of my friends knew, like, those were my cousins. And, so I don't know. I think it takes, when things like that happen to you, it takes your life into a different direction. So being 18 years old, I was thinking about some serious stuff. I was thinking about some heavy stuff that I hadn't anticipated having to even consider. But here we are. It was right there. It was right there. We were confronted with it. And for them, they were doing the, my cousin-in-law, she was trying to make funeral arrangements for the 3 of them. And that was all of her family. That was everything that she had. That was everything that she had. And so when she was making the funeral arrangements, guess what? They still couldn't find her baby's body. But they knew that they were searching for a body instead of a little boy. So when, what do you do? Sometimes just a hug. Sometimes just a kind word. Sometimes just being there, just being present. Sometimes just being a listening ear. Sometimes some people don't even want to hear you talk. They just want your presence. They just want you to be there while they are going through whatever it is they're going through. So I had to learn all of that, kind of early. And I don't know. You don't ever get over it. I'm still not over it. I didn't even think I would be talking about that, but no, I'm still not over it. I couldn't imagine my husband leaving to go take my children to school, and then they just get washed away in their vehicle. I can't deal. Pits, right. Sometimes just knowing someone cares means a lot. And you know what? And that is why I go to, like, this thing right here. That's why I put it to work. And I'll just text somebody real quick and be like, hey, how are you doing today? How are you feeling today? Are you okay? I know you said you were having surgery. Is there anything I can do? So just consider that if you were in a situation and you needed, hey, Tommy, how you doing, Tommy? Hey, Jackson Journal. Just consider if you were in a situation, um, what it would feel like for somebody to just show up for you. Just imagine what it would feel like for somebody just to show up for you. When you felt like nobody else in the world cared, when you felt like there was nothing that anybody could do for you to make you feel better, but that one person came through and said, is your foot okay today? Can I bring you some gauze? Can I bring you some skin salve? Can I bring you some extra water? The little things mean the world to people. The simple things mean the world. And so I want us to do like the Starbucks people do. Like, spread whatever you have. Whatever you have. Even if it's to stop and say, you know what? Instead of the this grande whatever, instead of the venti today. Okay, I'm getting off. I'm getting off, baby girl. Hey, I am on live right now, so don't say nothing crazy. I'm on live, but I just wanted you to know, because it's your second time FaceTiming me, that I'm gonna call you back in a few minutes. Okay, great. All right. So that's my baby sister, y'all, and she won't stop. She is one of those. Y'all have somebody like that, and see, that makes me feel special because she won't stop. She is like, hey, what's going on? Don't make me send the law to do a check on you. You know what I mean? So yeah, she's that baby sister. So y'all, you better answer her when she call you. You better answer, or you better text back. You better say something, because you know she'll send somebody to do a wellness check on you in a heartbeat. That's what upsets me nowadays. Our rescue crews don't venture out until it's sunny out. I witness hurricane hunters saving people. And, you know, that's why I'm saying we as individuals got to get out there. We got to get out there and we got to do things. When that hurricane that I was talking about came through, guess what? We were out there, we were moving stuff, you know, picking up stuff out of the road so that the traffic could get through. Like, it's up to us. My husband was watching the guy. There was a piece of trash in our yard, and he was watching. I ain't gonna call their name, but somebody came over here to help us out with something, and he was watching the repairman out in the yard. It was two of them, and he was looking out the window, you know, just seeing what they were doing, because they had kind of been out there for a while. And he saw the guy pick up the trash out of our yard and take it and put it in his truck. And my husband was like, wow. Like, young people, you gave him hope. You gave him some hope, you know. And so little things like that, it influences people to do more. It influences people to do things that they may not have even done. Anybody in here, other than Gulf Coast, granted, we know you're down there, and we're glad to be able to see you here today if you're still here. If not, just know that we are so glad that you made it through. I saw the New Orleans Gardener. I saw Grow Family Network. I got to check on my friend, Poor Boy Homestead, um, to see, make sure he's posting and everything is okay with him. But check on our family, check on the people that were in the path of this thing, because you don't know. Still here, word for Linda. Miss Linda said she is fine. She said her and her family are fine, and it absolutely takes a village. So check on your family, you know, check on the strong people in your life too, because guess what? They go through things that they will never talk about. They really do. What about 99? Who is 99? I'm here. I was in the store sending love to you. All that you are safe where you are. It just started raining here in Columbia. Okay. Storms later tonight. And we're sending prayers up for you all as well, Tommy. Thank you so much. Hey, Sifting Some Soil 55. How you doing? Yes, Miss Linda and Grow Family Network, they're doing fine. So if you know of people that are down there, in the areas that were affected, just check on them. If you know people, just check on your people. These are our people. Check on them. Oh, is Gardner 99 down there? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we need to be checking on them. We need to be checking on them, guys. So I'm going to get out of here because I still have a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff to do. It's 4 o'clock. Oh my gosh. So I got a lot of stuff to do. So remember, guys, take care of your family. Check on your people. These are your people. These are my people. We have to take care of each other. Even if you can't do anything for anybody else right now, send a kind word. That part. Send a kind word. And sometimes that's all that is needed. Somebody needs to know that they're being thought about. They need to know that, yes, hit that like button. Thank you, Miss Ann. They need to know that you care. Because at the end of the day, if we don't have anything else, if this thing was totally destroyed and I made it out here, made it out that door with Eco Neighbor and my daughters, our daughters, guess what? I'm good. I'm good. I am good. If I make it outside of those doors with my family in tow, I've seen some stuff. I have seen some stuff in life. I have been through some stuff in life. Y'all don't even know the half. Just because we make it look easy, don't mean that it's easy. So take care of your people. Have a wonderful week. Share some seeds with somebody. Share some food with somebody. Share some water. Share something with somebody who can't do anything back for you. And see what that does for you. I can guarantee you that right there is going to make you feel better than you felt in a very, very long time. I promise you. I promise you that's going to make you feel better than you have felt in a very long time. So thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys being here. Auntie Ellen, I'm so glad. I'm so glad this was touching for you. Susie. Hi, Susie. Hi, how are you? Thank you. I appreciate the super chat so much. I really appreciate you. But love on your family. Take care of your family. I love you guys. I'm gonna wait on y'all to say I love you back, Gigi. Because I am dead serious. I'm dead serious. We are too blessed. We're too blessed to not try to help other people. We're too blessed. We're too blessed. So, Sweet Pea, I love you, sis. Thank you. I love you, Ann. For real. But Ann, you already know. You already know it. I get to talk to Ann so much. I love you, Susie. Thank you. I love you, Tommy. Thank you. I love you, growing with Hudson. I love you, sifting some soil. 55. I love you, Roots to a Garden. Thank you guys for being here. And remember, when you grow it, you know it. I love you, Nikki. Take care of yourselves, take care of your family, and check on your people. Okay? Peace. I love you guys.